Hey everyone, Ludwig here. When Clint Eastwood walked into one of LA's most luxurious restaurants wearing nothing but a simple polo shirt and slacks, nobody recognized the legendary actor and director. That's when an arrogant waitress made the biggest mistake of her career, trying to kick out and humiliate a man she assumed was just some random older customer. What she didn't know? Clint Eastwood didn't just have a reservation, he owned the entire restaurant. What happened next became a Hollywood legend. It was a typical Friday evening at the Grand Oak, a recently renovated hotspot buzzing with LA's elite. Young tech moguls in designer suits, social media influencers capturing selfies with gold leaf desserts, and old money families keeping their weekly traditions, all filled the room with a vibrant hum. In the midst of this glitz sat a man in a gray polo shirt and casual slacks, quietly sipping his whiskey at a corner table. Most of the veteran staff recognized him, of course. How could they not? But Clint Eastwood had given them one strict instruction when he bought the Grand Oak 6 months ago. Treat him like any other customer during his periodic quality checks. Rachel, the restaurant's newest waitress, was blissfully unaware of this. Fresh from a prestigious hospitality school and building her own food influencer following, Rachel had spent her evening doting on social media personalities while casting disdainful glances at the underdressed man in her section. Thomas, the longtime manager, watched nervously from across the room. He'd seen this look in Rachel's eyes before. Judgment for anyone who didn't match her lofty expectations. But tonight, her arrogance would come with consequences she couldn't imagine. As Rachel approached Clint's table, the veteran staff exchanged uneasy glances. The calm man in the polo shirt took another sip of his whiskey, a half-smile playing on his lips. "Sir," Rachel began with a practiced, condescending smile. "I couldn't help but notice you've been nursing that, house whiskey for quite some time now." Clint looked up, his steady gaze meeting hers with a calm that had faced down countless Hollywood executives. "It's a good whiskey," he replied simply. Rachel's smile tightened. "Perhaps you'd be more comfortable at the bar. This table," she gestured to the white tablecloth, "is typically reserved for dining guests." Nearby, a young busboy named Miguel overheard the exchange. He recognized the man instantly, Clint Eastwood, the actor he and his father had admired for years. His hands tightened on the bus tub, fighting the urge to speak up. "I'm comfortable here," Clint said, unfazed. Rachel glanced at her watch, then at a group of well-dressed tech executives waiting at the host stand. Her tone grew sharper. "Sir, our executive chef prepares an exclusive menu, and the prices," she paused, eyeing his casual attire, "reflect the caliber of our establishment." The room grew quieter. Even longtime patrons shifted uncomfortably, sensing the growing tension. Rachel's irritation mounted. She snapped, "Perhaps in your day things were different, but this is a luxurious establishment. Standards matter." Clint set his whiskey down slowly, his deliberate movement commanding the room's attention. "In my day," he repeated softly, "standards meant treating everyone with respect." Rachel's face flushed, but she pressed on. "This isn't some old cowboy movie set, sir. This is the Grand Oak." At that moment, Clint reached into his pocket and made a call. "Jerry, can you bring the ownership papers and renovation plans over? Right now." The restaurant fell silent. Rachel's confidence shattered as realization dawned. This wasn't just some older man. This was Clint Eastwood, her boss. When Jerry, the accountant, arrived with the papers, Clint turned back to Rachel. "6 months ago, I bought this place. Not for prestige, but to preserve its original spirit. 50 years ago, I came here for the first time. I wasn't famous, just a young actor in a simple shirt. But the owner treated me like I mattered, because real class isn't about appearances, it's about respect." The entire dining room hung on his words. "Rachel," Clint continued, "I could fire you, but that's not what this place stands for. So I'll give you a choice. You can leave and find a job that values appearances, or you can stay and learn what true hospitality means." Miguel stepped forward nervously. Clint smiled. "Son, how would you like to train as a waiter? We need people who understand real service." Miguel's face lit up. "Yes, sir, thank you." As for Rachel, she wiped away tears and replied, "I'd like to stay and learn, if you'll let me." Clint nodded. Good choice. The tension in the room dissolved as patrons broke into applause. Not for the celebrity in their midst, but for the lesson they just witnessed, that true class is about how we treat others. Today, the Grand Oak remains one of LA's finest restaurants, not because of luxury, but because of its heart. And on Friday evenings, you might still find a man in a casual polo shirt at his usual corner table, quietly ensuring those timeless values live on. If you enjoyed this story about respect and timeless values, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your own experiences in the comments below. See you next time.